We're in such a good position right now. I have both of the extraction and records department. I think that's what this one's called. I have both of them at 3. We're on day 41, which is the memory repository. We're down doing some good work with some of these major abnormalities. Sheo is currently not having a great day with Blue Star, but that's to be expected. They're not as strong as everyone else. I'm trying to level up some of these lesser ones. So we're doing some work with some of these bigger units, with some of our smaller units. And the reason for that is I need them to go up in value, because if I'm going to deal with the White Knight, I'm going to need to get rid of all of the ones who have the Benediction, or whoever had the Benediction. On top of that, I'm going to learn a few things about this thing. So we've had the managerial guidelines before. I vaguely remember. It basically says do not stomp on the little spiderlings and make sure that people only do instinct work with this. I think it's don't do repression work with this, if I remember right. Something along those lines. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to learn some basic information. Spider Bud. Is that like Air Bud except full of spiders or what? I am now picturing like a spider dog thing playing basketball and stuff like that. So that's not good. But I do want to know the escape information. Red eyes. Work success rate up, work speed up. That's actually a pretty good one. It's a lot like Granny. That makes me feel a lot better. This one isn't a total waste. That's actually pretty decent. I'm going to guess that the weapon and suit aren't that fun, but one way to find out, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Actually, the weapon's not bad. It's still a Teth, which is not great, but it's not all that bad. Also makes total sense to me. Now, let's just max this thing out really quick. Yeah, Spider Bud's cocoons produce extra boxes. That's right. And when cleaning the unit due to part of insight work. That's right, you can't do insight work with this thing. Okay, so it wasn't repression. I knew there was one of them. And how cheap are these? Pretty cheap. It's being reduced because I didn't clear all of the clerks like I normally do, because I've been kind of going through, and anytime a clerk gets in danger, I get rid of them, but otherwise I try to leave them alone. Because the clerk benefits are just amazing. Absolutely amazing. The more clerks I have, the stronger it seems like we are, which I didn't think like plus 5% was going to make a big difference. It's a huge difference. I was shocked at how much more powerful we were. We blew through, I think it was the noon. It was the purple noon. And yeah, that's it. And I blew right through it. It was like it wasn't even there. It was tissue paper. I was shocked. We are so strong right now. But that just goes to show you how strong some of these other abnormalities are. Because when they get out, they're still terrifying to me. And those midnight ordeals, oh, buddy, that's not going to work. And the White Knight is still absolutely ridiculous. Nothing there had an okay day. Not spectacular, but just kind of okay. Darn it! I was hoping that that was going to be enough. Yeah. Oh, well. Don't really need it now. The rest of this is not a big deal. I'll get the Spider Bud stuff later, but before I do any of that, I need to send Angel in here, and I need to have a low quality work day. And what I've realized is I need to do that because work success is being boosted by 6%. So I think that's what kind of has been happening lately, is most of my units that go in there, they have too good of a day. So hopefully this isn't a too bad of a day kind of situation. The problem with the Silent Orchestra is its normal range is really tiny compared to its good or bad range. That's only a matter of like 5 boxes. So 13 is our magic number. If we can get to 13, I'm happy. If not, we're going to be ending this day pretty quick. Come on. Come on. Some decent... Come on. Just anything decent. 11. Come on. Just a few more. 2 more. 2 more. I just need 2 more. Darn you. Darn you. Oh, well, we got enough boxes. Maybe I should have just had a good day with this thing. It would have just been better. I'd had more boxes. Oh well. I'm getting the outfit and I'm leaving. There's that. So now that I have that outfit, I can move on to the next day. Anyone else doing work with anything I absolutely have to have you do work with? No, I don't see anything else. So, fair enough. That was a decent day. Another donation one. Tales say that the moon bewitches man, yet in reality it is the man that despairs at the moon. Did we have that one? Trying to remember. I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. The smiling faces are unfamiliar, yet sorrowful. The girl begged in tears. Mister, please cut off my feet. I remember this one. I don't remember how dangerous this one was, but I remember it vaguely. I don't remember if I remember it fondly, though. I love the donation ones. They're such good ideas. I hope I'm not making a big mistake, because I need something strong, but not something overwhelming like the silent orchestra. The reason I say that is I need something that's going to be strong that I can do work with. And the silent orchestra, I can only do like 1, maybe 2 jobs with it. Okay, I'm just going to pick it. Screw it. Let's do it. And this is day 42. We have yet to see day 42. Okay, more lore, more story. It's been quite a while since your first encounter with the abnormalities. I should suppose that you have become a bit more familiar with them, right? Let me ask you this question again. What do you think the abnormalities are? Oh, please. You can't still believe that abnormalities are just bizarre alien creatures that appeared all of a sudden, and that we need to isolate them, do you? No. You didn't even give me a chance to answer. Abnormalities are not the evil monsters that you read about in old fairy tales either. Well, some of them are. One of them's the actual big bad wolf. So, you can't tell me they're not. They are not some supernatural gods that descended upon us to judge our sins either. What does that make 1 in 100? Or the White Knight? There is an old river that has been flowing at the very bottom of the world for many an age. Please don't lose your mind like Binah. I have enough metaphors about flowing water and pails in wells and pulling up the insanity of the earth or something like that. Let's not speak in riddles. Let's actually figure this out together, please. Explain it to me as if I were a simple child, because my brain is about the size of that of a simple child's. So please, just dumb it down. Explain. It is the source of everything, but has been forgotten by mankind. Has it, though? Is this it? Is this the river? The river of insanity, of madness alone? Wait. That's a thingy with many eyes. That is a cocoon. Is this thingy with many eyes my thing with many eyes? I don't remember what it's called. Oh, Spider-Bud. Is this Spider-Bud? If this is Spider-Bud, maybe Spider-Bud is important. A lot of those lesser ones are important to the story. I'm going to have to read all about that thing in the next Project Lore build. I'm going to have to make sure I read that one. That one's going to be good. Nobody knew of its existence, but somewhere in the world, there are very small gaps or holes. It is through those which the river gently finds itself a stream. For instance, strange beings would sometimes crawl out of such a gap somewhere in the Black Forest, located in the outskirts. Obviously, the amount was simply too insufficient for Lobotomy Corporation's energy needs, though. Our singularity is not that we produce energy from the abnormalities. Rather, it's the ability to create abnormalities themselves. Their forms were incomplete because they came from a forgotten place. We were scared of them because they were incomplete. It is because of that terror that we have been sealed underground. However, abnormalities are part of the seed. That's what I meant by possibility. The seed is not something that can be made in just a day, or be created on its own. We realized that if we wanted to fix a broken system, we couldn't just sit around in a sunny spot, waiting for the clouds to part. What should we do after planting the seeds, you ask? We can't control the entire process. We have to leave them to sprout on their own. Aren't we allowed that much hope at least? So, the abnormalities, obviously, it seems like, they are people. And it seems like the Lobotomy Corporation is kind of designed to create these abnormalities. So, and as people were kind of pointing out in the comments, I was close, but not quite all the way there. Not everyone is a robot. Mainly just the Sephiroth are robots. So that means all the rabbits aren't robots, even though I thought they were. I figured if anything's going up against these beings, it's probably robots. And if they can do some serious damage to our mental psyche and to our facility, I was assuming the rhino and the reindeer and the rabbits were all some sort of a robotic creature, or like a cybergenetic creature of some sort. Kind of like a cyborg or something. But I guess not. But that sort of tells me that indeed I was darn close, if not completely accurate, in thinking that they are genetically modified some way, shape, or form people. And I think that's what our research basically is in the Lobotomy Corporation. We generate energy from these incomplete, genetically modified or demonically modified even beings, these people. And it's kind of interesting because Angela sort of points out how none of them retain their humanity. But it seems like a lot of these other humans do. I'm having a hard time putting into words what I'm currently thinking, which is that I think the majority of these people all have good intentions, and that they fall into a trap. They either lose their mind or something bad happens, or their desire for some particular thing grows so strong. And, you know, we resonate with that until their very fabric of their being is shredded. And then out from that comes these abnormalities. And I think I was right in the idea that we are trying to do that in order to improve ourselves and our world around us. So again, I think this is one of those situations where the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So there is good intentions at heart, but it's not being done the right way. And this is what we're left with. Now, what I have to do, I think, if I'm understanding this correctly now that I'm past day 41 and I'm into day 42, I have to pick one and I have to go all the way to the end of it. So I'll take the extraction team, go all the way to the end of the extraction team. And when I'm at the end of the extraction team, I suppress Binah. I then start back over at day 41 and I go all the way to the end of the record team and I suppress Hakma. If I'm understanding this correctly, if I'm not, someone please quickly let me know that I'm doing it wrong and I need to back up. But I think this is what I need to do. I just pick one now and finish it. So let's go. I was really hoping that this day was just not going to exist. You wouldn't even see this. But unfortunately for me, the Silent Orchestra is about to have a decent day. Which is normally a good thing, but right now, it sucks. So, whenever this thing comes out, I'm hauling everyone down here. Right now, including a Sarah, if they can get their butt down here. Hopefully we can do enough damage that we can bring this thing down. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you, and something that I'm kind of hoping might be able to help, is this one. So this is our new abnormality, D01105. It has a piano in there. It's hard to see, but it's right there. There's the piano. I've learned nothing about this. It's a war, I think. It's not exactly super powerful, not an Olaf. There's definitely some awesome gift There's some decent ego, so I'm hoping maybe in this managerial guidelines, it can tell me a little bit about this thing. Hopefully it will fix the silent orchestra. And the reason I say that is my insight has actually been replaced with perform, which I believe is play the piano. This is, the piano can be played by ordering an agent to perform. However, please note that the Quiplaw counter will lower when the performance is finished. What is the current Quiplaw counter? It's not escaping, and it's a 3. So what does that do? The music temporarily increases the temperance and justice of all employees by a small degree. However, the one who performed lost half their HP by the end of the performance. That's not all bad, I guess. So I can increase everyone's temperance and justice. So I can like crank their attack speed and their temperance, which is their work speed, if I send someone in there. So I'm basically playing like the background music to their big fight. And if it's epic, they get a boost. Or should I say it is epic and they get a boost. When the work result was normal, the Quiplaw counter lowered with a moderate probability. Not great. When the work result was bad, the Quiplaw counter decreased. Yep, I figured that. The Quiplaw counter lowered to 0 when an employee entered the unit to play for the 3rd time. So you can only play it twice, huh? When this thing escaped, it voluntarily returned to its containment unit after the end of the 3rd movement. The movement also permanently or prematurely ended when this thing was suppressed. Oh, it's another one of those. Why does it say it's non-escaping then? Obviously it escapes then. Also, I've been doing attachment work with this. Is that good? I mean, it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. Okay, so I was hoping I could actually see the Quiplaw counter. I have that information. I just maybe that's under the general information, and I've just kind of been assuming it's under the meltdown information. Whoa, what? Where did you come from, my friend? How long have you been there? I guess I never dealt with this? That means I'm going to have all my boxes. I could just end the day if I get Nicole in there and they disintegrate that thing. I also don't want Army getting out, so let's kill that before that becomes more of a problem. Okay, so all I have to do is defeat this before the silent orchestra gets out. Hey, you know, it works, I guess. Now, let's make sure that I'm not sending anyone into the rabbit. They're all going here. Oh my god. Okay, the day isn't done. That sucks. So Nicole brought it down, but even that wasn't enough. Darn, I could get 100 boxes, but by the time I do that, I could end the day in time. But the unfortunate thing is, well, the unfortunate thing is if I do that, this thing's going to be out. I'm going to be losing a lot of lobotomy points. I don't need a ton of them right now, especially since I'm going to memory wipe here soon. But I want every chance I can get to bring down Binah because, well, if I'm being completely honest, Binah scares me. And I think they scare me for good reason. Zoom out really fast. I don't want anyone going down here. I gotta make sure I catch anyone that's down there. No! Oh my god! Okay, the expansion level is insignificant. Or insufficient. Change your plan, change your plan, change your plan, change your plan. Everyone sprint head first into there. Actually, Chloe, you stay. Nicole, you go there. I need Nicole in front of everyone. That's not going to actually work, is it? Nicole, you stay here. Chloe and Nicole stay here. The rest of everyone else, we're getting our hands dirty. I can't do any damage to this thing in the beginning because it's all pale damage. But that's okay. I need everyone in there and ready to rock by the time that I get dark damage. I also need to send someone up to the White Knight before that becomes a problem. Here comes the damage. I don't know what damage is doing what right now. It looks like it's dark damage, which is perfect because I have Angel in there with the jug, which is actually making it more susceptible to dark damage. And on top of that, that means anyone else that's doing dark damage is doing significantly more damage. Obviously. But I thought I had someone else with a jug. Maybe they're just not here. Oh, they're not here yet. Diva has the other jug. Either way, though, between that and Censored's weapon, we're doing significant damage. And when it switches over to white damage, that's where all of my damage is white damage. So this is right now. Perfect. Just nobody lose their mind for me, okay? I'm gonna just keep popping these bubbles. Come on. Yeah, there's all of my damage. Just devour all. Oh, what? What are you doing up there? Oh, okay, you're not attacking. There it is. There it is. That feels so good. I did it. I managed to do it. An army went up by 1 because we suppressed something. I'll take that. Reds went down by 1. That's okay. I don't really care. My God, that's amazing. For the first time, we were able to suppress that thing. And on top of that, I can learn some basic information about this thing. I think it's called... Oh, I guess it doesn't say up here. Okay, let's figure this out. The second Piento della Luna. That's what it meant by the moon, huh? The second Piento della Luna. Ugh, a lot of L's in this one. So it gives you the Moonlight Brooch. +1 HP, +1 SP, success rate +1, work speed +1, movement speed +1, attack speed +1, and it's a brooch. Which means it goes like on their lapel of their suit or whatever. That's good. That's really good. I really want that. I don't feel bad about sending Haru in there then. Because if they get that one, that's just another really good gift. We're done. Day's done. I need justice to be cranked for everybody because I've been working my tail off on that. And yes, Shea went to 5. Beautiful. Yumi went to 5. Beautiful. Dare Freyshoots is so good with that. Now that magic bullet pipe sucks. It's like the worst gift ever, but that's okay. Camille, unfortunately, their justice went up, but they got that stupid mask. I hate that thing. It just looks horrible. And the rest of it kind of all stayed the same. Good. Fine. Fine by me. Good to know. Now we get to pick. Those betrayed hearts sank into the depths, slowly forgotten in the ever-lengthening corridors of time. When the time comes to... No, thank you very much, though. Save us now and forevermore. The truth shall set us free. No. I need a memory repository after this. So I'm not going to get any of these, really. It doesn't matter which one I pick. I'm not picking the train, no matter what. I will set this one. I will get this one. Truth set them free. Yes. Freedom shall be yours as I memory wipe and reset after I do this next suppression. Hopefully. We'll see. But before that, day 43. Never seen this one. This place, where there once was only silence, perhaps because it was only you and I here. It has gotten a bit livelier thanks to the Sephiroth. Unlike me, they were weak and lacked rationality. They made so many mistakes that greatly annoyed me. I feel like everything greatly annoys you, Angela. I did not approve of you placing the Sephiroth here. However, you told me that their atonement and the awakening of the Sephiroth were key to the untying of this knot I lie in. Maybe the real Carmen lies dormant in Angela? And it's only through Angela seeing all of the people that once were and who were their friends in their original state can unlock the real Carmen from Angela, or the real Angela in Carmen. You know what I meant. I don't know what I mean, so you know what I mean. I didn't know what you were talking about. You also told me
I wouldn't understand. And it's true, I don't. I really don't understand. You're so stupid sometimes. You even blocked me from interfering with that relationship, you know? Which really sucked for me until I decided to break that code.
I'm sure something like that's about to happen.
Saying that it must be left as solely your role. You were right. Right as always. Even if I stay here repeating this endlessly, I suppose I still won't be worthy of understanding it till the end. To quote one of your favorite lines, a machine must behave as a machine.
I didn't like that then. I really don't like it now.
So, I had to play the role of the observer, the only role you bothered to give me, enduring all the pain that others forgot. I don't think I'll have to point that out again.
I hope not, I guess. Binah! Ooh, this is gonna suck. Erstwhile, the world in which you stayed was once luminous. There was the sun and the moon, and also the clouds and winds that floated around them. It was a world of light, so to speak. But you couldn't stay there. You were robbed of innumerable things. You lived with a broken heart, clinging to the void where pieces of your heart used to be. No one could understand your pain, nor embrace you. Eternal loss dominated you. I was one of the thieves who robbed you of countless things, you know. While I was at the top of the world, I watched you and looked down on your struggle. Not just you, though. You're not that special. I have seen many others just like you that struggled. Those attempts were no less futile than an insect writhing. All I had to do was simply stomp on them a couple times, and they just go away. But among them, there were some who would grit their teeth and climb up, dragging their broken bodies. It seemed that this was going to be another fun little trip. So I would drink a cup of tea before leaving with light steps. You? Light? Nothing about you screams, this is gonna be a happy day. Ever. So maybe you're completely changed. But as you can see, an unexpected encounter with the red mist got the best of me. Oh. She did her job. God, I love Gabora so much. She's so strong. And then you inflicted as much suffering upon me as I to you. Did you not? You were familiar with how to break the mind without utilizing torture or violence. After everything was done, you gathered up every little bit of what was left of my humanity. Oh, I knew we weren't a good person, but it's getting worse. And you threw them into this pit until even my spirit soured and rotted away. Maybe you told yourself that I deserved worse than that. And who knows, I probably did. But, therefore, you're an upholder of justice who has defeated the evil, no? Well then, I must ask, why is that grand and righteous upholder standing here, making himself out as a prisoner like I am? And what happened with that coward? The one who with fear averted his gaze from my dying one. Why is he down here, suffering the same punishment as I am? See, there cannot be a sight more satisfying than this for me. Is this all that idealism of hers came to? You've dragged down your heroine with your own hands. Do you truly believe that your duty completes itself just for shedding tears at the funeral of the innocent, while you never even let their bodies rest in peace? Ironically, you found a hope in all this misery, the raw material of the bucket, and the path to the river of all. Out of her, you made the bucket, and you started to send it down into the wells of the people. The bucket rises from the well of a person, filled with the water that can only be drawn by that person. An ancient fount that has been flowing at the bottom, even before the birth of the world itself, you know. Now, it simply is drawn, regardless of the consent of the person. When the bucket that holds the faded ideals of hers comes in contact with the ego of another person, well, a certain change occurs. Whoa, man, I need to pick. Both of these are good. Oh, ask her about the bucket. Maybe it's difficult to understand only by listening. Oh, no, I think I understand the bucket, but okay, we'll go again. Oh, hey there. How about this? I could show you one of her miracles. It's taxing, but for you, I'll gladly do it. The people selected long ago are awaiting their turns. I bring them here according to the register. Let me introduce one to you. This one is nameless. He has nothing left, for he has abandoned all that he is a long time ago. For him, things like the remnants of the past or the pain of the present, they don't matter. He only stares into the future. Did you dream well? Brr. Yes. You'll finally dream for as long as you want. One that you will never wake up from. The employees will inject him with cogito soon. What river flows in you? What world lies in you? There are as many worlds as there are people. Discovering them is rather fun, don't you think? No one must see this. Oh, how delightful. Sure. That is why they adjust the level of cogito according to my orders, keeping their eyes and ears covered. Nobody should make direct eye contact with the drawn. But I can never dare to look away from him or to close my eyes, no matter how unbearable it may be. In the eyes of the drawn, there are the abysses that only I can endure, and there are the things that shouldn't exist in this world. This is the punishment that you've obligated me to endure. A normal person would have gone mad thousands of times over if they had to put up with this. Thanks to you, I cannot even be graced with insanity or lose my mind. All I can do is capture all of it in my eyes. Ooh. What a weird sound you have. Now we wait. Will it rise anew, or is it destined to be stuck in this pillar and spend eternity with me down in this place? We just need a little more time to find out, that's all. Now, do you finally realize what all these pillars contain? Well, consider yourself lucky today. At times, When the level of Cogito is adjusted inadequately, some things that shouldn't exist come up as fragments. How funny that I say this, but they're like an adverse reaction that has its price for doing something unspeakable to a human being. The bucket can rise with some impurities mixed in, with what we usually draw, such as the abyss within humanity, the subconscious, and all kinds of possibilities. From the past, from the present, even from the future. All kinds of beings that have existed and will exist in this world. Given that they're outside our dominion, there's nothing we could do to govern them. They float around aimlessly, resonating with the abnormalities and manifesting themselves in front of us. When the moment comes, they are what you call the ordeals. Oh, that's where the ordeals come from. And that's why you have a good idea of what they're gonna be. I see. That's cool. Thankfully, they react to the Qwiploff deterrents, so we can put them to sleep like the abnormalities. But that's all we're able to do. So, when one of these abnormalities goes wrong, it creates an ordeal. They put the ordeals to sleep. Then why do I shred through them? They seem to all, die. Their bodies are strewn about by the end. Maybe they just fall asleep, and then they're taken away and stored somewhere? Maybe that's what all of these are. It's just they're all ordeals. Ooh. I didn't think about that. There's a lot of them down here. Yes. As you have learned, extracting abnormalities is my job, but creating them is Carmen's, whom you buried a long time ago. She is the mother of all abnormalities that have ever existed in this facility, and of all that will emerge in the future. Oh my God. Tell me, how do you feel now that you know that those abnormalities that you faced above were part of these pillars? It's an agonizing sight to confront, but it doesn't matter to you. Not at all. Or am I wrong? No, it matters to me a little bit. Especially if it's Carmen. They're all Carmen. Or the people who believed in Carmen, maybe even. So it's the people that Carmen have come in contact with, possibly. And that's why Carmen is the mother of the abnormalities. I'm not sure. Either each one derives directly from Carmen or a little bit of Carmen. And maybe I have gotten this completely backwards and wrong this whole time. Maybe the subconscious that each of the abnormalities represents isn't A. Maybe it's Carmen. All of this is Carmen. This whole structure is all Carmen now. That could be. I don't know. I'll have to explore more. And next time I do another Project Lore build, I'll have to frame my mindset as either it's A or it's Carmen and see if those two kind of make sense together. But before I do that, I want to finish with Binah's, because this is deep. This is really, really deep. It's really showing a lot. After all, erasing your memories and running away from them as if nothing had happened in your age-old specialty. Oh, that's just another mission. I thought this was like the pre-suppression thing. Complete the day with every abnormality currently within the facility. What? What does that mean? I don't even know if it's possible for me to do that. I don't have every abnormality. Unless... I don't know. I don't know what that means. But I'll figure it out in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching this one. And remember to take care. And goodbye!